All right, happy Saturday, or whenever you happen to be watching. Today, we're going to do a slow flow. We're still going to vibe it out. So welcome to Yoga with Tianna. I hope that you are ready to flow, but of course, we have to pick our intention word. So I already have it set out. It's Father's Day weekend if you happen to be on in real time, and I'm just enjoying life right now. I am having a great time. Still rocking a little bit of these curls if you remember my video from taking down my curls. All right, so let's see. All right, I see we got my moderator. Hello, good morning, happy Saturday. Wish a happy Father's Day to all the fathers and the fathers to be. And Tamisha, good morning. All right, I already have the cards out. Yesterday's intention word was blossom. I feel like these curls are continuing to blossom. All right, so let's give it a good shuffle. I think I'll do this one. Ooh, okay. All right. So, it's always a good time to view these words, and I think it's always necessary to continue to do this. So, that's love. Love, love, love. All right, are we ready for today's intention word? Today's intention word is improve, improve. There's always areas of improvement. One, we are constantly a work in progress because guess what? When there's no more things to do, there's no more purpose for us. So we are continuing to be a work in process and continuing to improve, to be better than we were before. So that's how we do this. Hey, Tangie, hello. No side eyes, hopefully. But we are going to work today. It's going to be a slow flow, but it's going to be intense. So get yourself ready. I have the carpet down because we will spend a little bit of time down on our knees. So just get your mind right. Get your mind right ready for that. All right? Get your mind right because we are going to do a little bit of a flow down on the floor, and we'll be down on our knees. It is hot. Sun's out, guns out, and maybe a little bit of the stomach too. However we show up, you know what? We meant to get skinny, but it's all right. We're going to present that body however it is, and that's what it is, body positive. All right, are we ready? Let's just take a moment. It's June, it's Black Music Month. We're vibing out. Take a moment. Allow your breathing to soften. Let's take that inhale in through the nose. Hold it at the top. Exhale, breathe it out, open mouth. Let the shoulders descend. Let the body get calm. I want you to do 2 more just like that. Just really allowing your body to settle in right here. Noticing maybe that breath needs to improve a little bit, but that's okay. We're here. We're showing up for us. Take 1 more full cycle of breath. And let's start to breathe normally. If your eyes were closed, let's start to blink them open. Maybe we start to invite a little bit of movement. Let's roll our shoulders up and back. Bring them up and back. 1 more time, up and back. We're going to take our hands out to the sides in line with our hips. We're going to start with that right hand first. Remember, I'm your mirror. We're going to bring it all the way over to the other side. Little side stretch here. Remember, we're taking this nice and slow. Maybe gaze up towards that elbow. Let's get that side stretch in. Let's take that right hand down. Over to the other side. Again, gaze up towards that elbow, keeping your sit bones down. Just notice how you feel. You can make small improvements. Let's take that hand down. Again, we're going to float back to the right side. Now, this practice is all about the lengthening, the stretching. That's what this flow is. It's a nice slow flow. It's a slow stretch. Let's take it down, other side. Float it over. I wish I could play that float, float on. I really wish I could play that. YouTube won't let me. It's all right. And let's bring both hands down to stillness. Let's come down, right ourselves, come back to a neutral position. Let's take those feet out in front of us. We take our feet out in front. Flex the toes towards our body. Sitting up nice and tall here. Let's point those toes down. Point them down. And let's flex them back. Point it down. And flex it back. Ooh, all right. How does that feel for you? Let's take the soles of the feet together. We're butterflying out those knees. We're going to start to make our circles. So I'm going to come here in the front so that you can see my circles. Let's start to bring it around. You can hold on to the feet. Nice and slow. Bring it around. If you have a watch, all right. I said watch, and there we go. If you have a watch and you'd like to set it, feel free to set it. I pressed on my watch and it just closed out the screen. Let's pause. Let's go the opposite way. All right, there we go. Feel free to do what feels good to you. We're just noticing the feels on the inner thighs and the hips. We're going to pause with ourselves in the center and upright, keeping those feet together. We're going to bring those arms up overhead. I want you to gaze up towards the hands. Imagine that you're being lifted up. So lift up through the chest. Begin to press those knees down. Press the soles of the feet together. This is an active stretch here. We're pressing those knees down while we're lifting up towards the ceiling. Breathe. You got this. Even if those legs start shaking, you got it. Press one more time. Let's bring those knees down a little bit further. On that exhale, let's hinge it forward. Release. You can hold on to the feet. Give it a rock from side to side. We're going to stay over towards the right side. You can sit up. We're going to turn that right hand towards the back. Look over your right shoulder. Slowly take it back to center. We're going to take that right hand to the outside of the left foot. We're going to bring that left hand behind us. Look over your shoulder. And let's gently bring it back to center. Let's close up our thighs like a book. Bring those hands to the side. Let those knees fall over to the right side. Oh, maybe you might notice in the morning, this might be just the stretch you need. Look over. Breathe. Let's take it back to center, over to the opposite side. Look over your shoulder. Let's come back to center. Give those knees a little windshield wiper rock. It's time to start on our knees. Now, like I said, you are going to need some pad under your knees if you're on a hard surface. So let's come to our tabletop position. All right. Luckily, with my mat, I have an Artisanation mat. It has a little bit more cushion in the center, but because I'm on a hard surface, I like to have a little bit more cushion, which is why I'm on the rug. All right, let's ready ourselves. Knees stack right underneath of our hips and our wrist stack right underneath of our shoulders. Go ahead and readjust yourself. Get nice and even here with your hips. And we're going to start our cow cat. So let's start our cow first. Lower the belly, gaze it up. Let's stay here for a full breath, just allowing those shoulders to come back. And on that exhale, let's reverse, tuck the tailbone in, arch the spine, chin to chest. Again, staying here for a nice beat. And reverse. You may even want to flip those wrists out. That makes it a little bit easier on the wrists. And reverse. Press into the fingertips. Tuck the tailbone in, arch the spine. Let's separate our shoulders. Draw the belly in. One more full cow cat. Let's come back. And cat pose here. Bring it back to neutral. Let's make that circle around with our hips. Nice circle around. You got this. Let's pause. Go the opposite way with your circles. Let's end with our hips to our heels. Let's take a child's pose right here. Allow those hands to come out in front, forehead down, big toes to touch. Take a moment here and breathe. Let's gaze towards our hands. Let's come forward. We're going to take our first downward facing dog, tuck our toes. First downward facing dog here. Don't worry, we're coming right back towards our knees. It's just nice to take a little downward facing dog stretch. So you can walk those hands out. You're in an upside down V as you paddle your feet. Stretching the back of the leg is really good for plantar fasciitis. So feel free to adjust. We're going to go ahead and soften those heels. Shift the weight back towards our heels. Gaze up towards the belly. Relax the shoulders. Drawing the navel in. I want you to take 2 more full breaths here. Just allowing your body to get comfortable here. Noticing any areas you may want to improve, but just letting your body hang out here. On that exhale, let's drop our knees, come back down to that tabletop position. Give it a rock from left to right. All right, here we go. Can we start bringing that right foot behind us? We're going to extend that right foot where the heel comes down. You know it's not going to touch, but that's okay. Let's right our hip. So let that hip get nice and centered here. Maybe you give it a rock front and back. And let's come here now back to some stillness again, making sure that hip is nice and soft. Let's bring that right foot off the ground, point the toes down. That foot is right off the ground. That gaze is neutral, right at the top of your mat or right above your hands. Nice neutral neck. We're going to start to bring that knee, bend the knee, bring it in towards the chest, arch the spine. And let's take it back out. Nice and slow here. Nice and slow. Can we do that 2 more times? At your own pace, let's bring it in, arch the spine. And take it back out. Woo. It's the slow flow, right? Let's bring it in again, arch the spine. As high as you can get it. Let's take it back. Drop the knee, give it a rock from side to side. All right, same thing on the opposite side. Here we go. Let's bring that left leg back. Bring it back here. Stretching, righting the hip. And let's start to rock it forward and rock it back. Forward, rock it back. Let's go ahead and hang back here. We'll lift that foot off the ground, righting your hip. Let's arch the spine, bring the knee into the chest, hug it in, and take it back. All right, let's do that 2 more times. Hug it in, and take it back. Whew. All right, last one. Let's make it count. Bring it in. And take it out. Let's take that knee down. Let's give it a rock from left to right here. Whew, here we go. All right. Hopefully there's no side eyes here. All right, we're going to come back to that right leg. So I'm going to turn around in front here so that you can see. So I am going to switch legs on my end, but we're going to come to that right leg. So we're going to extend that right leg out behind us, and we're going to take that right foot to the outside of the right hand. So feel free to bring that foot wherever you need to. Walk it up if you need to. We're going to come forward. Start to bring that knee forward. Maybe you walk those hands up to come forward. We're going to feel that stretch right here on the top of the hip and thigh. Let's take our inside hand. So that right hand comes to the right thigh. Gaze towards that elbow. Breathe. You got this. Let's gently bring that right hand back down. Take the right foot, come back to table. Give it a rock from side to side. We're going to come with the left leg this time. So extend that left leg out. Take the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Can we rock it forward here? Maybe you bring those hands up. You got this. Ooh. All right, now let's begin to take that left hand to the left thigh. Gaze up. Ooh. How are you feeling that in your hip? How is that feeling for you? This is a really nice hip opener. Let's begin to take it back down. Step the left foot back. Come back onto your knees. Give it a rock from side to side. Can we come back to that right leg? So let's bring that right foot back in front. But this time we're going to bring that hand to the top of the thigh. And we're going to begin to bring ourselves all the way up into a low lunge here. So bring it forward. And maybe you may have to put something under that knee. I'm not on my mat and I am feeling it here. So you may have to readjust. I'm going to bring that knee up just to be on my mat. That feels so much better. And now I'm going to bring my left hand up. And maybe your right hand as we get a little bit deeper into that lunge. And I'll show you what that looks like from the side. We lean into it. Nice knees from hip to hip. Relax your shoulders. Maybe you can start to bring it back if that feels good. Really stretch out those quads. Take one more full cycle of breath here. And on that exhale, we bring those hands down. Step the foot back. Come back to your tabletop. Let's give it a rock from side to side. All right, are we ready to do the same thing on the opposite leg? So same thing on the opposite leg. Let's bring that foot to the outside of the hands. Let's lean it forward. Take the hand to the thigh. If you'd like to come up onto the knee, we lift our body up into that low crescent lunge. Readjust wherever you need to. Maybe we bring that opposite arm up. Maybe both here. Listen to your body. Relax your shoulders. Again, maybe you can start to come back a little bit as you lean forward. Feel that stretch along the hip on this side. Nice soft fingers. On that exhale, let's bring it down to the inside of the foot. Let's step it back. Let's give it a rock from side to side. Ooh, yes. Let's come back to that right foot. We're going to take it in the front again, but this time we're going to do pigeon pose. So we're going to walk that foot all the way over to the opposite hand. Once that foot gets to the hand, we're going to drop the knee down. Drop the knee. Readjust wherever you need to. Straighten out that back leg. And we start to come down. Bring ourselves down onto our forearms. I'm going to adjust to be in frame here. Even out your hips. Maybe you stay just like this. Maybe you can bring your forearms down, stack your fists with your forehead. Maybe take it all the way down. Continue to breathe. Take one more full cycle of breath. We slowly begin to come up. Maybe just for a little joy, we start to bend that back knee. Start to feel that quad. Lower it down. We'll tuck the back toe under. Press up on the hands. Come back to your tabletop position. Give it a rock from side to side. All right, can we do the same thing on the opposite foot? I think that was a yes. Did I hear a yes? All right, same thing. All right, we're going back to the opposite leg now. Let's walk that foot over towards the opposite hand. Once that foot gets there, we drop the knee. We straighten out the back leg. There we go, readjust. And we start to lower ourselves down. Maybe here is where we go on this side, and that's okay. Wherever you are, wherever's comfortable for you, you allow your body, give your body permission to be where it's comfortable. And then wherever you are, you just start to breathe. The most important thing is the breath. Notice if your hips are off to one side and just start to right those hips. We take a few cycles of breath here. Just allow your body to get completely comfortable. Take another full cycle of breath wherever you are. We're going to start to come up onto our arms, into our hands. We're going to tuck the back toe under. Let's come up, back to our tabletop position. Give it a rock. We'll just do one more thing before we get off of our knees here. So we're gonna do a little fire hydrant. This is good for the hips. So we start here in our tabletop position. Get nice and comfortable. We're gonna bend that right knee. Keep that knee, let's lift it off the ground. Let's widen the leg. Fire hydrant pose here. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Woo. A little yo Lattes there. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Let's hover the knee off the ground. Lift the knee off to the side. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release it down. Give it a rock from side to side. Let's take our child's pose right here. Walk those hands out in front. Walk the hands over to the right side. Side stretch right here. And then over to the opposite side. Gently back to center. Gazing towards the hands, let's gently come up. We take a little seated hero here. This may be a nice stretch here on the top of the thighs and the hips. Maybe you rock from side to side. All right, now let's begin to come forward. Bring your knees to one side. Let's take it down. Take those feet out in front. Hold on to the thighs or to the shins, whatever feels comfortable to you. I'm going to come forward here so I can be centered when I come down. Let's start to tuck the tailbone under. Let's come all the way down onto our back. Give it a rock from side to side. Place those feet up towards the ceiling, flexing your toes down. Point the toes up. Rotate out the ankles, just roll them around. And let's bring the arms up overhead, lower the feet down together. Again, another little yo Lattes here. Nice and slow. Lower back is on the mat. There we go. Keep going. All the way down. Once it reaches, take those hands. Take one hand to heart and one hand to belly. Just allow your body to get soft here. As we inhale in and we exhale out. Just allow your mind to get nice and comfortable here. Here's where you come back to the breath. Allow your toes to soften. Allow those ankles to get heavy. Release the tension on the glutes. Melt your shoulders into the mat. Unclench your jaw. And soften your eyes. We're going to take 3 breaths here in silence and stillness. And I'll come get you when we're ready. And as gently as we came into our practice, we start to awaken our body, inviting movement, wiggling our fingers, moving our toes. Allow that breath to get deeper. Let's inhale in, exhale, hug in one knee. And as we inhale in again, we're gonna hug in both knees. Give it a gentle rock from side to side. As we roll over to one side, cradle your head. We're gonna use that top hand to gently push yourself up to a nice, comfortable seat. Taking those hands to heart center. I thank you so much for being a part of the practice. I want you to thank yourself for showing up for you. Thank your body for showing up for you as well. And you know that I am so grateful that you were able to spend your time, your energy with me. Thank you for spending your time. I really, really appreciate it. Until next time, namaste. All right. I hope you enjoyed the practice. If you did, give it that thumbs up. Again, this is Yoga with Tianna. And you know how we do it? We tell a friend to tell a friend. And that's how we keep this thing going. So I hope that you enjoy the practice. It's always fun to get on the mat, have a nice slow stretch. We did a little yo lattes in there. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Remember, I'm here every Saturday, 8:30 Eastern. And I hope that you enjoyed it. Enjoy your weekend. The summer solstice is coming up, so I will be popping up for a summer solstice class. So remember summer solstice, I'll be back, and I'll send you all the information by email. All right? Until next time, I hope that you enjoyed it. I am going to get out of here. I'm going to go back to that other song because I really like that one. I'm going to go back to that. All right. I will see you. I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy this beautiful day. And I like this one. All right. Thank you so much. We got Tangi. Okay, well-needed stretch. The pigeon pose receives the side eye. Okay. All right, G2. All right, full body. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael, for being a part of it. All right. Have a great one. And I'm going to get out of here. Yes, set your smartwatch. See you next time. You know I got to dance this out, right? Peace.